Imagine this. Two kids receive the same weekly allowance. One spends it all on candy and toys immediately, while the other saves part of it and over time buys a bicycle. What do you think made the difference? I can just tell you one thing, which is called financial literacy. My name is Samuel, and welcome to yet another episode and training. This particular channel talks about teaching kids, education, financial literacy, and parenting. Okay, so welcome to yet another episode, and today's video we are talking about how to teach kids about money before it's too late. I wished my parents taught me this. I wished they had an idea that I was supposed to have a financial literacy, or I was supposed to be financially literate when I was young than now. Okay, let's go on. Now, studies from Cambridge University suggest that children form money habits as early as age 7. This means that the earlier we teach kids about money, the better their chances of making sound financial decisions later in life. So, in this video, we will explore practical and engaging ways to teach children about earning, saving, spending, giving, and even investing. Once upon a time, people didn't use money. Instead, they traded goods. A farmer might exchange wheat for a shoemaker's leather boot. But what if the shoemaker didn't need wheat? This is why money was created. Now, in this video, we're going to be having mnemonic, okay, like a kind of a poem, because since we're talking about children, so I'm going to be teaching you some mnemonic you can be using for your children. And of course, we're going to be having activity task. That this is a training. All the YouTube videos is a training. That's why we have it as slides, and you get to see my face. And it's not AI. It's sound. It's human. It's humane. Okay. So let's talk about the 3 F's. F for fly, fish. Yeah. The 3 F's of money. Number 1 is form, function, and flow. Form, function, and flow. The 3 F's of money. Money comes in different forms. That's number 1 F. That means money can be in cash, money can be in cards, or digital wallet. Okay? And it has a function. And the function is either buying and saving. I'm going to take the 3 F's, which are form, function, and flow. So money comes in different forms, cash, cards, or digital wallet, as a function that is buying and saving, and flows through spending, earning, and investing. So, activity. First activity here is ask kids where they think money comes from. Many will say mom and dad. Now, this is an opportunity to explain that money is earned through work. Okay, money is earned. Now, this is an opportunity. So that's the first activity. Let's go to this analogy. Now, think of money like seeds. You can plant seeds. Now, in this analogy, planting of seed, it's earning money. When you plant a seed, you water the seed, right? That is investing, because it get to watch the farmers when they plant a seed. I know some of the kids have done this in school, maybe having a project, so they get to put a bean seed in a container that is full of sand, right? every morning they get to water it, right? So that bean they planted or they get to bury in the soil, it's earning. Now when they get to water it every morning, it's investing, and they later harvest the fruit when it grows. That is profit. So this is how to teach your kids. So we're starting, right? Are you getting something? Comment. Let me hear your. I would love to read your comments. Trust me. Now, ways kids can earn money. Remember, planting is to earn, and we've said in our activity that money is earned through work. So ways your kids can earn money: doing chores for an allowance, okay, or starting small businesses like selling handmade craft, lemonade, or the drawings. Or they can have passive income ideas like renting out their toys, YouTube kid entrepreneurs, or animation games, etc. So these are ways kids can earn money now in this our climb or this period. Second activity: have your kids brainstorm 3 business ideas they could start today. That's second activity. Let's move on. Look at the marshmallow test. Psychologists tested kids by placing a marshmallow in front of them, telling them they could eat it now or wait 15 minutes to get 2 marshmallows. The kids who waited tended to be more successful later in life. Strategy: the 3 jars method. Spend, save, and give. 3 jars method. Spend, save, and give. In spending, small daily expenses like toys or snacks. In saving, a bigger goal like bike, bicycle, game, console, laptop, iPad. In giving, charity or helping others. Okay, so that's the 3 jars method. I'm going to be challenging you. I want you to challenge them to set a mini savings goal, e.g., like saving for a favorite toy or saving to buy some. Definitely, it's going to be like buying something. So if they look forward to having something, so you could just put them into a saving. Okay, so I once had a family friend, and the kids were a bit on the plump side, and so one day like, "Oh, Mr. Sam, I have 1,000 naira," and I'm like, "Wow, I'm saving it." Now, that was some years back, and tell me, or ask me rather, how did she get the one? And she was very happy. See, this is a well-to-do family, okay? Money isn't a problem, but she was happy because she earned that 1,000. And tell me, what was she doing? She said, "Mr. Sam, you know our street is a very long street from that place. So most times when I go to that street, I usually take a shuttle. So the dad promised them, 2 of them, that if they can walk every evening from the beginning of the street to the end of the street and back to the house, they earn 1,000 naira. So that's the way of they dropping their weight." And I'm like, wow, I love this. Naturally, they may not want to do that, go through that stress of walking and all of that. So I hope with this I've been able to give you an idea of how child can also earn, right? Okay. So well, the next one, let's have an anecdote. A child once spent their entire allowance on candy, only to realize they had no money left for a school book fare. They learned a valuable lesson. Okay, so you can actually save for book fare. Now, the swap rule, SWAP. I've given you how many rules here, right? Swap rule for wise spending. So teach your child the swap rule for wise spending. S is for separate needs from wants. separate needs from want. W is for wait before impulse purchases. Wait before impulse purchases. A means ask. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Is it very important? What would happen if I don't actually get this? And P for plan. Plan a budget. Plan a budget. So, your number 3 activity for your child: give kids imaginary money and a list of items to budget for a day. So, a 10-year-old named Sarah saved part of her allowance to buy books for underprivileged children. She realized that giving made her feel just as happy as spending on herself. So ways kids can give: they can give to donating to a cause they care about. They can give helping a family member. They can also give participating in community projects. So your 4th activity here is have kids choose a cause they'd love to support. And you as the parent plan a way to also contribute to that cause. Budgeting is like a roadmap. Without it, you might get lost financially. So, kid-friendly budgeting. Number 1, 50% needs. That's school supplies or savings. 30% wants, toys or games. And 20% savings, bigger goals. So, teach them these 3 budgeting rules. 50% is for their needs and their wants. Then 30% is for their wants. Okay. Then 20% for their savings. So with this, your next activity is to have kids create a budget for their allowance. Remember that the previous activity is to have kids choose the course, right? The other one, the budget was for what? Okay. A list of budget for a day. Good. So this one is have kids create a budget for the allowance. Okay, so another story of a boy who bought a toy impulsively and only to find it at another store for half the price the next day. He learned to compare prices before buying. People haggle. Is it haggle? Right, haggle, yeah. Haggle. In my climb, my area, I'm not gonna tell you my country, in my Google, we used to do, they call it pricing. Someone says they are selling this for 10,000, we say no, can it go for 5,000? The seller will say no, I can't give you for 9,500. Okay, fine. Well, the least I can go is 7,000 because maybe the person, the buyer, actually has his own reasons, and there are some sellers that actually overshoot the profit they make. So some make actually 100% profit. So this buyer actually knows and maybe has done his finding and they've moved from one place to another. So they need to compare prices. Okay, tips: compare prices before purchasing. So let them know that you need to compare pricing before purchasing. You need to make a shopping list so you don't go above your budget, and you also need to avoid impulse buys. You need to avoid impulse buying. Saving money is like storing an apple. Storing an apple, while investing is like planting an apple tree that grows more apples over time. Okay, when you're saving money, you're storing the apple, but when you invest, just like you plant the seed, so the seed grows up to give you more apples. Okay. Now the idea is the power of compound interest. If you invest $10 today and it grows by 10% every year, you will have more in 10 years. If the kid of your child are listening to this, they should be able to multiply 10 times 10. The answer they get is the profits they will be making time after time. Okay, so my challenge to you for your kid is start a mini investment project by tracking savings over months. And there are so many apps. Thank God for technology. There's so many apps that have actually started some financial monthly savings. I know from my own country I have over 5 of them, and they're legit, and they're doing that over, and they've been there over time, year and year, and also declaring their profit, and they are being backed up by the stock exchange, or what do you call it, security. So start a mini investment project. So my final thought here is financial literacy is a lifelong journey. So when we teach kids to earn, teach kids to save, teach them to spend wisely, teach them to give, and teach them to invest, we are preparing them for a financially secure future. So the fun takeaway here is distribute a money habit tracker for kids to use at home. Let's say you can go online, go to Etsy, go to Amazon, and you could get money planner. Okay, and money planner, you can buy it on Amazon, so you can actually, so that you can be tracking them. Okay, so when you're instilling this habit early, we are giving children the gift of financial confidence and independence. Thing I wished I had, or I had been taught when growing up. So I'm challenging every parent listening to this training is, let's equip our next generation with tools, with all these ideas, with all these thoughts, with all these lessons and education they need to make smart financial decisions for life. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. Not just doing it, comment below. Let me know if you're gaining value from this, and please share this to as many. It's a training, pure training, the ones you have to go to pay money, but I'm giving it for free because, come on, what else? So the best way for you to make me do what I do, love doing, and it's not easy putting this together, trust me, it's not. So it's by you subscribing and also voicing out this to other persons in your community or in your socials that, hey, yes, free training, you don't need to pay anything, but just listen, learn, and also follow. Thank you very much. Until the next episode.